Welcome back to the third and final video regarding cover calls. And today we're actually going to be going over something really exciting, and we're going to cover how to execute cover calls within the trading platform. So the trading platform we use is Thinkorswim. Now, to do this, you do not have to use Thinkorswim. You can use any trading platform that you like. But if you do decide to use Thinkorswim, then we actually will provide a link where you can actually add it to your Thinkorswim right in the setup tab, and that'll make your screen look exactly like ours, so you can follow along with this training and go click by click on how to execute within the trading platform. So now I have Thinkorswim up here where you log in, and just to let you know really quickly here, on the bottom of this pop-up, you can actually click live trading, and that'll be real live money in the live market, or you can click paper money. So we advise when you're getting started to practice with paper money. If you've never done a cover call before, just to get the basics down of how to do it, how to execute within the trading platform like we talked about. So today I'm going to be going ahead and going into the paper money tab just to walk you through a quick trade. So what we're going to cover today is we're going to cover how to buy shares. And so because you do need 100 shares or increments of 100 shares in order to do a cover call, then we're going to go through the process of actually selling the cover call in the market. All the buttons, all the clicks, everything that you need to know, everything that you can see within the trading platform. And then we'll go ahead and close up. Now, just to recap on what we've done up to this point, in the first module, we went over what is a cover call, terminology, things that you need to know about cover calls. And then in the second video, we went over how to set up your plan, and also how to set up a system around writing cover calls. And then today, like I said, we're going to wrap it up and actually go through how to execute in the trading platform. So we're going to go ahead and get logged in here, and be just a moment while I get this logged in. All right, and that's coming up here. Once it loads, I'll go through and give you a quick overview of some of the tabs that we're going to be using, and then we'll jump right in. We'll buy some shares, like I said before, and then we'll go ahead and sell a cover call. One other quick note while this is loading. If you are new to setting up your brokerage account, in order to do cover calls, you will need options level 2 enabled on the account. So you do want to go ahead and apply for that if you haven't already. And also, if you're going to continue forward and doing more with options, you want to go ahead and apply for level 3. That's going to let you do some other things in terms of spreads and leaps and things like that. So make sure you get that approved if you are going to go beyond cover calls. Now that we have the trading platform up, again, we've got this screen set up for you. So again, if you are using Thinkorswim, you can take the link. The link is going to be added into the setup. You click on setup. You can go ahead and open shared workspace. You go to the share workspace, and then we'll go ahead and give you the link that you can put in. And you can see here we have our Flex Financial Trading Group set up there. So it's already enabled. One thing you will see is on the left-hand side, we have some watch lists that are already set up. We are big on the Dow and S&P. So we're going to list out the Dow stocks and the top 30 Dow, and then also the S&P 500, so that you can have all those stocks right there at your disposal. You can create your own watch list if you want. You can just add to them, but that's what we're going to have for you already set up once you go ahead and use that link. So for today, I went ahead and I sorted the Dow by the percentage change. So you can go ahead and click on that, and it shows NVIDIA is up the most on the day. So here are some of the tabs that we're going to be using. Right now, we're in the monitor tab. You can see I don't have any open trades. There was a Boeing trade I did yesterday in this paper account that ended up making a closeout today. So it was $140 on that. That is, we don't have to worry about that for today's training. I'll show you the shares that I'm going to be buying, and also show you the monitor tab, how you can watch everything, and then we'll go into the actual trade. So let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. So to look at the charts in this top row, you just want to go ahead and click on charts. And then I'm going to go ahead and click on NVIDIA here, and that's going to update the chart. Now, one thing to note, if you do want to just go ahead and be able to click on these ticker symbols in this list, you have to make sure that this symbol matches this symbol, so that it'll update. If it doesn't match, you can see there's a drop down, there's different symbols here. If they don't match when you click it, it won't update the chart. So make sure those match. Or if you want to just click in or type in the ticker symbol here, you can do that. It'll bring up the chart. So this is NVIDIA for today. We can see this is a 5-day chart here, and it's actually up on the day. Looks like it's pulling back a little bit towards the end of the day, but here is just a 5-day chart. Now, if you do want to change the different time frames, you can click on this time frame here Right now I have a 5-day, 1 hour. You can choose different time frames here. This will be fine. We're not actually worried about the chart. We're just going to be going ahead and doing some trades, but you can do that there. So in order to buy some shares, now again, in order for me to do a cover call on NVIDIA, I would need to own at least 100 shares so I can go ahead and sell that call. Again, every call contract represents 100 shares. So in order to sell a cover call, I will need to own 100 shares. So what I want to do to trade this is I can go ahead and click on the trade tab, and then I'll click on active trader. So active traders in the second row here, it's going to bring up another chart, and this is actually the same stock NVIDIA. Again, we can verify by this ticker symbol here. We can see this same chart. This is in a different time frame, so it looks a little bit different. Again, you can change the time frame here. We're not worried about the time frame and the charts right now. I'm just showing you how you can go ahead and buy these shares. So once we're in the active trader, you'll see the quantity of shares is up here at the top. So I can use any of these quick toggles, 100 shares, 300 shares, 500 shares, 1,000 shares. And you can see this box updates every time I click on one of these, 2,000 shares as well. Or you can double click in here. You can type in the shares. I went ahead and typed 100. Or you can use this up or down toggle, and it will toggle in increments of 100. So I have 100 shares there. Now, next thing I want to do is we can go over here into the template. Now, if you've set up any trading templates, you'll have them here. We're not going to use a template for today. And then you can set up the period that you want. So right now it's good for, this is on the day. So if I enable this trade, it'll be good for today. We can go good till cancel. And then there's some other options here as well. Mainly the two we'll use is good for the day or good till cancel. Good for the day means if it doesn't, the trade doesn't trigger by the end of the day, it'll expire and you'll have to reset it the next day if you want to still do that trade. Good till cancel means it'll stay in here until it triggers. So you don't have to come back in. For this trade, we're just going to be doing the day. Now, next is the auto send button here. If this is checked, that means as soon as I hit buy or sell, it's going to automatically send that. There's not going to be a pop-up where I have to make sure everything's correct. It's just going to automatically send based on what's here in this line. If this is unchecked, it'll bring up a window where I can verify my trade before I send it. So again, I just want to go ahead and buy 100 shares, market price. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit buy right here. That's going to bring up this order window. It's going to have everything here in terms of buying 100 shares at the current price. It's going to tell me how much it's going to cost. And in order to send this, all I have to do is go ahead and hit send. That's going to go ahead and trigger that order. We should go ahead and go through here pretty soon. There we go. So I just bought 100 shares of NVIDIA. And if you ever want to check, you can just go back into this monitor tab. And now, on top of that trade I closed out earlier today, I also have NVIDIA here. And we can see I bought 100 shares. I own those shares. The purchase price was $141.22. We can see it's dropped a little bit since I purchased the shares. So now I'm in the position, I'm down a little, almost $10, about $8.99. So that is buying 100 shares. I now own 100 shares of NVIDIA. So now I can sell a cover call on NVIDIA. So what we want to do to sell a cover call is we're going to go back into the trade chart or the trade tab. It's going to show that chart here where we can go ahead and buy and sell shares. Now, in order to actually sell a call, I need to get to the option chain. So what I want to do to get to the option chain is I want to click on all products here in the second tab. And that's going to bring me to the option chain. Now, we want to make sure that we have the right ticker symbol, right? So right now it has Boeing in. That's the one I was working on yesterday. I'm going to go ahead and switch it to NVIDIA. And now we're in NVIDIA's option chain. Now, based on the training that we've gone through so far, we know that we want to go ahead and sell an option. We can go 1, 2, 3 weeks out. It is the middle of the week, so I'll probably be going not the end of this week, but the end of the next week to go ahead and do this cover call. Now, normally we're going to be selling these calls on Monday, so you have the whole week, but we're just doing a training here, and it is Tuesday. So we'll go ahead and go forward. Now, the end of this week is June 6th. So if I open up the June 6th option chain, I can see all the options here. And this is the bid column. So this is the exact premium I'm going to get if I go ahead and sell these calls. Now, based on also what we talked about in previous training, these ones that are highlighted in blue are going to be in the money. These ones that are black are going to be out of the money. So again, we want to be selling out of the money calls. One, so that we can take in the premium, but also we can take in the capital gain side, right? So we are picking stocks that we think are going to grow and increase in stock price over time, so that we can continue to grow our accounts, get in, get called out, taking the premiums, taking capital gains, right? So if I was to sell right out of the money, and again, I bought these shares. We're going to go ahead and take a look at the monitor tab. I bought these shares at 141.22. So I want to be looking at something higher than 141.22. So I go back into the trade tab. We can see right out of the money is 142. And that bid price is going to be 165. Now, since we're already in the middle of this week, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at the June 13th, which would be the following week. And I can see right out of the money is 310, right? So if I sell this, I'm going to get $310 for selling this call. And it's actually very simple to sell this call. All I want to do is go ahead and click on this bid column. It's going to open up my trade. Again, we can see we're going to sell this call. It's going to go ahead and it's on auto, so it'll automatically submit the trade. The strike price is 142. It's a call. I have a limit order in, and it's good for the day, right? So I can, again, change any of those, but for this trade, all of that information is correct. I want to go ahead and just go ahead and select confirm and send, and that's going to go ahead and send that cover call trade through. All right, so I went ahead and sent that trade. So I just went ahead and sold that call. We can see here that I have the sell on this call, and that will stay on this call until the expiration, which will be June 13th. So by doing this call, we just went ahead and took in, it says 310 now. It will fluctuate because the market is always moving. So we took in over $300 here just by doing that quick call. And again, once this expires, if the stock price is below 142, the contract will expire worthless. I will keep the shares and the premium. If it is above 142 at the expiration, I will deliver these shares at 142. So I'll take in the capital gains from 141.22 to 142, as well as that premium. So that's, again, all you have to do to go ahead and sell cover calls. And to go ahead and show you, if I go into NVIDIA, I can now see the shares that I own, and I can also see the call that I sold, and we can see what the value is of it now. So the shares have gone up. I'm up $2. It's fluctuating, so now it's back down to 23. And you can see how the option and the actual stock is doing. So here's my 100 shares, and here's the option value, and that'll continue to fluctuate as the market goes. But again, we took in that premium of $310. That's going to be cash that we can utilize in our account, and we can use to buy more shares. We can use that to, extend our ability to buy shares to do cover calls or buy our long-term holds and investments. And so we see that here. And then again, just a quick recap. In order to see the charts, we want to go into the charts. We can change the ticker symbol here. If the symbols match, we can click on any chart or any ticker symbol, and it'll bring up the chart for that ticker symbol. To trade, we can go into the trade tab and click on active trader. That's going to give us our charts as well as the ability to trade. And then to do cover calls, we want to go into all products and go into the option chain, select the bid that we want to sell. So that's going to wrap it up for today. Now that you know how to do cover calls within the trading platform, you're ready to go. Again, if you are using Thinkorswim, take a look, use that link that we have, go ahead and enable that into your account. That's going to make the screen look exactly like you have here, so you can follow along step by step. And if you have any questions, let us know. Thanks again for watching. We'll see you on the next one.